Hi guys, welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm your host Alex Whiteley. We're coming to you today from Biscuit Studios at the Parade Shopping Centre, and the biscuiteer joining me today is Dee. How's it going, Dee?
It's going good. It's going good.
Yeah, we're doing a Zoom call from the studio today.
And I keep looking at myself in the camera. I can't help it. So if someone put a mirror in front of me, I'll just stare at myself all day.
Oh, what I can see on the camera is the reason why I don't do YouTube. I'm all about my voice, not the visual aspect.
I keep criticising my eyebrows in my head.
Okay. Joining us today is Jessica from Vanitas Tattoos, who's in the parade as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
No. It's I've been dying to speak to you for a while, but before the lockdown, you were so busy. Whenever I spoke to you, it's kind of like, because you're such a busy studio. How long have you been at the parade for?
I see. The parade is going to be just over 2 years now. I've been in a parade.
Yeah. Oh wow! And have you been enjoying it here in the parade?
Yes, I was downstairs before, actually, not far from where you are now. It was my first studio downstairs. It was smaller, and then it went busier than I thought. A lot quicker than I thought, because my idea was to expand in the future, but not that soon. But it's actually, I had a better response than I thought. So, talk with the manager and stuff. We were thinking about it, moving in a bigger one. And then there was a situation that they said, I remember the last manager, that she left now. She said, oh, there is this uni up here, why you don't get it, and stuff like that. And then I did the jump.
Fantastic. And, you're a tattoo artist, and I have so much respect for any kind of artists that go out there and do, but like there's so much demand in your industry, because you've got to get it right? You've got to get that thing. Somebody's going to pump hundreds of pounds into a bit of art they're going to have permanently on their body. It's got to be right. Is there a lot of pressure in your industry, in training?
Yes, it is. It's you are always nervous. It's something you have to be aware of everything all the time. Sometimes maybe the people have an idea in mind and they may be too shy to tell you they want it in that way rather than in another way. So you have really to make sure they telling you what they think. Like sometimes, I don't know if you know the process of tattooing. Before you start actually tattoo on someone's skin, you put on something called stencil, which is like the design basically as a drawing. And then when I do that, I always ask the people to have a look in the mirror if they're happy with the position and everything. And then you see, yeah. And then you can tell in the eyes, someone maybe said, no, and it's not. So I have to insist, are you sure you want it there? Are you sure? And then they may say, oh, can we actually move in somewhere else? So I learn, and, with a few experience that, I don't know, for some reason the people are scared to say what they think, and so now I learn I have to really pressure on them.
Yeah, problem. They're probably worried about offending you, aren't they? Because at the end of the day, you're the artist they pick, isn't it?
Sorry, I'm calling you.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that they're probably worried about offending you, aren't they? It's probably along those lines.
Oh, okay. She was saying that maybe it's people are worried about offending the artist, as in yourself, when coming to.
Yeah, I think because some people are maybe shy. Sometimes you hear people being in hairdresser, and then they were having what they really wanted, but they didn't say anything. I think just some people are too polite sometimes. Just been maybe they are scared to offend the person. It's not just about me. I think some people they do all the time. I to be honest, I'm the same. If I go in a restaurant somewhere and something not like as I wanted, I don't say anything. You just maybe think, oh, I don't want to be rude. But tattoo is another thing. So if you have a burger is not as nice as you want, is a thing. If you have a tattoo where you don't want, is another thing. It's a kind of.
And that's the thing, isn't it? You're proud of what you do, and this thing's going to be on someone's body permanently. You want to get it right, So yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's not as I always say to my client. It's not important as I think it's right, as I wanted. It's as you wanted. It's important. It's important. Your idea, it's your tattoo, it's your body. You have to tell me whatever you don't like, you like. My idea is not important. I can tell you my artistic idea, but then, I'm not going to push someone to have my idea over theirs.
I think it's fantastic. You were just talking to us before we hit record about how you came up with the name Vanitas and where that came from. Can you explain to us where that came from?
So yes, basically, I studied art for 10 years in Italy, and then during my my final exam when I was having my master degree, I was really into philosophy. I really like philosophy. I'm not gonna say names you maybe don't know. Martin Heidegger. I was obsessed with Martin Heidegger. So it's really, I think it's a book that can open your eyes regarding the life and everything. And then the most thing I really like is the life and death, how they fuse together. There is only really so much behind. And then this theme called Vanitas, which is you can see in every famous paint like Caravaggio, all the paints. There is the schools. Snakes, roses, all these sort of things are symbolism of the Vanitas. So that's where my name came from. But I know the people think that is my surname, so it's fine. It doesn't really matter.
I'm guilty. Always. That's an interesting.
Do you have a certain style that you prefer? Oh, sorry, don't sort out my mic.
Yeah.
So she can hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? No, it's gone. Can't hear me.
I don't know why my microphone doesn't get to me.
Okay.
What I was going to say, just reach over, is do you have a certain style that you prefer to do? Like, are you someone who's really into landscapes, like doing portraits? And are you into like colour or shading? Because people tend to go to certain artists based on their previous work and what they're so good at.
Yeah. Yes, of course, yeah. If you check my drawing and my painting, I'm pretty dark. I prefer realism. I prefer black and grey. So yes, I do have my preference.
Prefer that as well, yeah.
So we were talking about your preferences and your art and things that you prefer to do. So have you got like a list of things that you specialise in?
So I am from Naples, Italy. Naples is a very esoteric town. If you visit Naples, you will see what I'm talking about. Wherever you go, all the churches and everything, it's so much full of symbolism regarding the life and death. And then you go in a church and you can see the skulls of a real person, like everywhere. There are bones everywhere, skulls everywhere. There are lots of places that are really fascinating about it. So I became from a place like that where all this is really important. There is a cult about death. So this is my culture background. So that's what I like to do as well. So I'll say I like schools, and I love doing portraits and things like that. But I really like dark stuff. As I said before, I'm really into dark things, but with the symbolism behind everything I do in my art. Every drawing or paintings, there is a meaning behind, and then I really like when people let me do it, because you don't get to do all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of clients Do you have a lot of clients that come back to you for you to when people have a sleeve done, they have one artist that does the whole sleeve?
She said, when do you have people that come back to you regularly, so that they have a sleeve done? Because some people like to have a whole sleeve done by the same artist.
Yes, definitely. I do have my branch of faithful client. Yeah, I love them because the one they have in a big work, so you can do like a big project, so which is nice. I try to have the same theme. I do have a few people they let me choose. Like I had a guy, I did my first tattoo convention back in February. And then I just put an Instagram story. I said I was looking for someone giving me I want to do a full back piece. And then he said, yeah, That's fine, my client. You do whatever you want. And then he has a full back piece. We did in a convention. It was amazing. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. What are some of the challenges that you've faced while you were learning to become a tattoo artist? What are the things that you found a bit more difficult than others?
Oh my God, it's really hard job. Honestly, being an artist and tattooing is not the same. I think the people tend to think, oh, I'm good at art, I'm gonna be a good tattooist. Yes, but with a lot, a lot sacrifice and a lot crying as well. To be honest, especially the first year hasn't been easy at all. I've been crying a lot. To get to the point, I'm still learning. I'm not. I'm just a new. I'm new as a tattoo artist, so I'm just get to the point that I feel comfortable to go, to the next stage. But the first year, I think, is the hardest because everything you got to learn everything about skin. It's not the same. Drawing on a person on a piece of paper is definitely not the same things. If you do a mistake on a person, it's not like doing on a piece of paper. The people move. The skin every skin is different. It's not like, okay, I use this paper after I change all different type of paper or canvases because I know how is the final, product. So I like this one, I'm going to use this one forever. But you can't say the same with people. Every person has a different reaction when you're tattooing. Like someone can get really red, the skin can go really red, so you can't really see as much. While you're working can be more difficult, so you have to slow down and take your time because it's not easy as maybe someone else would have been. So you never know. You just find out while you're working. So that's really difficult. The depth of when you have to use the needles. Honestly, there is so much behind. It's really difficult job. So it's not easy.
It's a case of being brave then and just going for it, because I imagine if you thought about it too much, it would just be so difficult for you.
Yes, it is actually. When it's something, honestly, when as I said, when I was studying in Naples, it was above my studio flat. It was this tattoo shop supplier. I became friends with them. It was run by family, and then because I was an artist, they introduced me to all the tattoo artists, and they were encouraging me to start tattooing. That was back few years ago. And they were saying, no, but I was too scared. They even gave me tattoo machine and fake skin to practice and stuff, but honestly, it's not the same. I was too scared. It was only when later on my partner pushed me into it, to be honest. He was like, yeah, why try, you're gonna I hated him and to push me so hard at that time, because I find myself struggle. But I'm glad now because I love it. It's a really nice job, even if still hard, it's like 50-50.
Yeah. Have you ever had someone come in and ask for a piece to be done that you either refuse or you feel uncomfortable doing?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. If someone come and ask me something that I'm not good enough doing it, or I don't feel comfortable with, I just send them to other artists that I know they do that style without problem. I think it's better, 100% better doing that. They ended up with an epic client. I did quite a few times, to be honest. Someone wanted something I didn't feel comfortable about, and I even say them the name of someone else that does the style. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's the best things. Never put yourself in a situation to come to that. No.
Going back to when it comes to the jitters and the nerves that you were talking about, how you had to overcome that, I think the bravery of tattoo artists is something people take for granted, because you have got to, you've got to do this thing that if it goes wrong, someone's going to complain about it, aren't they? You've got to push through it.
I think it's a kind of, I kind of understand that the people don't. I think as in every job, if you don't know anything about it, you do not appreciate as much. Like I'm sure in your job there are a lot of things you have to be brave, you have responsibility. But if I don't know anything about it, I just think it's easy from outside. I think that's normal. Everybody's in that for about anyone else's job. So yes, that's happened. But I think the people think, oh, why not? You know, yeah.
And then pushing through all that and then opening your own studio. How did that feel? That
it
smile.
feels great. I mean, I have to be great, isn't it? I was thinking today, 7 years I left my country. Well, I just left one day. I just left my family, my friends, everything. I moved over here in a house I never seen them before in person. I just seen it online. I was thinking today, how crazy is that? You know, to be honest, it was crazy. So I don't understand. I go like these things. I'm a really like anxious person. Very sensitive. I can get really upset about things, and then I do things like that. They are really, I don't know. Sometimes I scare myself. It's like I don't know where I find it. Honestly, I can be really brave and say, yeah, let's do it. When I'm in a situation like I'm really scared of something, I just push myself instead of going down. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's the way I react. Okay, I'm scared, let's go push forward instead of
Fantastic. You know, it's a big thing, isn't it, to leave your country, go for all this training, and then all of a sudden it's all about you and your art with your studio. It must have felt amazing for you guys, you know, to be able to do that.
Yes, it is now. And you know, thinking about what I achieved, because I know how much sacrifice is behind. So I feel proud of what I have. I know I'm still building and everything. I don't feel I am, I'm a great artist, I'm arrived. I don't feel that at all. I mean, Okusai, he died very, very old. They said if he would have 5 years more of life, he would maybe be a good artist. So if he said that he was an amazing artist, famous, I'm nothing really. So I got a lot of years to learn.
Bless you. That's very humble. And when it comes to being an artist, do you have some? Are there any curiosities out there? Things that you would like to try that you haven't been able to try yet? Like things you'd love to draw on someone that you haven't been able to yet?
You mean as a tattoo or as art in general?
As a tattoo artist, is there something maybe you've drawn and you've gone, this would look amazing as a tattoo, but you've never been able to do it yet?
Yeah, I think when I'm drawing stuff, sometimes I can go really dark. Like, as I said again, I like the symbolism a lot. So I don't think everybody get that, because the first things you just see an image, like, I don't know, someone with the open heart and stuff, and you think, oh, what's going on? You don't think the meaning behind. So yeah, it would be great to find one day someone that will have something like that on them. Yeah, that I would love that. Yes, one of my, my drawing, but not tattoo drawing, but like that one that means something for me. That would be great.
Body modification has been around for a millennia, right? So people have always modified their body with certain things, but it's huge now, right? People are changing their bodies for different things. Is there anything that you've seen that still shocks you today, or is it just a case of people are people? They do unique things.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you ever been in a tattoo convention. If you go in a few tattoo conventions, like there is one, the famous one is in London. And as I say, I'm from Naples. I've been Naples tattoo convention for years now. I was going every year. You've seen very strange people around. Like I remember years and years ago, I was in a tattoo convention in Naples, and then it was this guy. He had they were doing, I don't know if you had a suspension. They were suspending him from the trees coming down with these things.
I've seen that.
In his skin. And then at some point I just see the blood dripping down. I was, oh God. I am like, okay, that's fine. I'm not into this, but I don't have any problem with people that do it. I mean, I think you can do whatever as long as you don't hurt anyone. It don't see any problem with that. But you see people like with the internal or the eyes tattoo as well.
I was about to ask you about that. Yeah.
I see no sorts, to be honest.
You know, people are unique, and people like to do. I mean, like it may look different, express yourself. That's the most important thing, isn't it? You're expressing something really important about you, and this is what I learned about tattoos. Is like you were saying about symbolism. Sometimes somebody might get a tattoo about something that saved their life, or a message that they want to convey throughout the rest of their life, and that's important to people.
I have a lot of people that came. It's really touching sometimes. You don't have idea. There are some people. I had to cry a lot of time while people were telling me story about their tattoo, because I couldn't. I in a situation. Don't cry. I just couldn't help it, because there are very heartbreaking stories the people telling you, like really personal stuff, and they. I remember one of the most recent was this girl tell me about it. She won some pocket watch and roses, and the way she wanted, the way she would put them together, for me it didn't look right. So I was trying to tell her through message, oh, let's put this and that, and then she said it was very important she having it in that way. And then I left. I said, okay, we talk in person when you're coming in. When she came in, I said again, on the composition wise, because when you study art, you study like even how to do a right composition, to follow the flow and everything. So in this point of view, I was trying to guide her. But then she told me the story, and I was like, no, okay, that's fine. You have an as you wanted. She had the story. It was really heartbreaking. Honestly, I cried. I said, okay, that's it. There are many behind the story. People, they ask you stuff as well. And sometimes you don't see it from outside, but it's meaningful for them. She said, I don't care what the people think. It's meaningful for me. And that's what is matter, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's really good. What are some of the highlights that you've had since you've opened the studio? What are some of the highlights that you remember? Some of the things that make you smile when you think back?
To be honest, when I first opened, not long after, how many was it, like 8 months or something like that? When I was downstairs, it was a story of this little boy. He had a really bad form of cancer, and then they were raising money to save him. He went all over the news, and all the people. The name was Zach. I don't know if you had
Zach. Yes,
yeah. I remember at that time I wasn't very well. I was having some medication that were really painful. I remember I had to have this medication 3 times a day. They were painful. And I remember it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was at my first shot. My partner was doing to me. I was like, try to prepare yourself. Feeling sorry for myself. So to put my mind off, I was looking on Facebook. And then someone on my Facebook shared this story. So I started watching it while I was having my shot and everything. And then I started crying. I felt like, to be honest, I felt absolutely piece of crap, because I was feeling sorry for myself when a little boy was facing something so big. And then I could just stop thinking all day. I did a donation straight away, of course, yeah. But I felt like it wasn't enough. I was at work thinking, what can I do? I just felt really bad about it. And then I came up with the idea, because it was like the slogan was "Wear red for Zach." So I came up with the idea to offer a red heart as a tattoo for £10 each. All the money was given to Zach family. And then I put down Facebook, like thinking maybe, someone would have it. I thought I may raise £100, a couple £100. My God, the response I had, I remember I have to suspend my work. I had to do that for a while, because it was 100 people coming, queuing on the corridor outside. I had lots of people. It was overwhelming. That was amazing. Honestly,
wow.
The people was amazing. That was an amazing experience. You see the people, they all left job to come in and help, it's nice to think, okay, if something happened, we still nice people around that they want to help. That was nice. That was a nice experience.
Do you have any idea sort of about how much you raised?
Oh yeah, it was over around 2,000, I think, in
Wow.
the end. For £10
really
each was a lot.
Well done. That's great. That's fantastic. And that goes to show that the power of what you do. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't think it would have been that much. Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second.
It's right. It's fine. It's a terrible line. But what are some of the lessons that you've learned during your journey? Things that have happened that maybe make you think differently.
Yeah, I think I learn how to step back sometimes. Sometimes you have people that you need to say no. Not just about about the design. If you have to accept your limit, it's better don't push yourself in a situation you don't feel comfortable with. This is one thing I learned. If it's something you don't feel comfortable with, just leave it, because it's not worth it, the stress and the unhappy client, and then step back from situation, from people. And when in general, when you are in a business, I don't think it doesn't matter which business, you got to protect yourself. You can have like nasty situation. You may, it's better look after yourself as well as a business. I'm talking, not as a tattoo artist. I learned that, unfortunately. But there are a lot of nice people around anyway. So good communication with the client. I think the most important thing is really talk. Be sure you get it right, what they want. You need that is the most important things, and then you can start tattooing them. Once you get it right, everything what they want is clear. Make sure they know my portfolio. They happy with what I'm doing. If someone expecting something that I don't normally do, I always say, did you look my page? You happy with what I'm doing? Make sure you selling yourself and not something else you're not, basically.
And calming nerves as well, because imagine there's some people that come into you that are scared, like, oh my god, this is gonna, that must get easier for you as the more you do it.
Yeah.
Because I imagine, I quite like having tattoos, so I think the last one I had, we sat watching a movie. I was just like, so obviously with what's happened with COVID-19, everything closed. That must have been really hard for you.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm a bit frustrated, actually. You're talking, especially with the newest situation. We were watching the news earlier about the pub reopening tomorrow, and we were saying, I think everybody was saying the same things. It looks like crazy that the pub can open it when there are lots of people around, touching glasses, touching everything, and then. My business is like one-to-one. I won't have any more than one person at a time. Plus, I got my safety measure, like I will wear a mask and face shield. My client will wear a mask. I do have like even shoes cover. Everything is like sanitized. Not to say, but I think my studio is a lot safer than a pub. But again, I'm not allowed to open. So it's a bit frustrating, to be honest, because, you still have to pay rent and bills and everything.
We were saying this though, weren't we?
Because I feel like I know a lot of people who aren't able to open, people who are nail technicians, eyelash technicians, and all people like that, and they're in the same boat where they're in very naturally very hygienic environments and they clean between each client anyway as standard. But they're letting other places open. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to keep on top of that. And
I know.
It seems that obviously there's pros and cons to everything, but it still seems a tiny bit backwards in a way. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's like they're letting salons open, like hair salons and everything like that, but they won't let other places. I don't know. We'll have to complain to Boris.
Yeah. In other countries, when the hair salon open, and then all the beautician and the tattooist open together, they are part of the same category. So I think I think I can speak with for all the other tattoo artists. I think we all thought we were gonna open the same time.
Yeah.
But we were a bit shocked, all of us, what was going on in here. Oh, well, it's what it is. Hopefully, we'll have some updates soon. For now, we don't know any date. We don't know anything yet. We are in the dark. I haven't been given any clue whatsoever of what's going to happen.
What have you been doing with your time while you have been closed? Has it left you lots of time to plan, draw, design? Is that what you've been doing?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of drawing, painting, stuff. I don't normally have time to do it because when you are all day in a studio and then you go in with this job, you never stop. You go in home and the people send email and then you have to talk with them, sort out design. You don't have time for yourself. Plus, I have a baby, so it's it's a really busy life.
I imagine.
Yeah.
What are your plans for when you get to reopen? Have you got some sort of strategy in place to really push yourself forward on social media, tell people who you are? That sort of thing?
Yes, I'm gonna advertise everything, and then regarding things in place for mine and my client safety. Yes, I got loads of everything. As I say, I'm anxious, so I can only be hyper protective towards my client and myself and for my family. So I got everything ready, really. I even bought laser thermometer, so outside the door I'm gonna measure temperature.
Bless you.
I think all are ready. I think I can speak with all for behalf of other artists. We were all ready to reopen, really. It's
well, I'm getting a new tattoo for my birthday, so you're going to have some business from me because I've got a blank slate there to do something with. So
I've never had a tattoo.
No.
I've had piercings, but I've never had a tattoo because I'm such an indecisive person.
Ah.
I'm incredibly all my friends have loads of tattoos. It's like later on in the year I'm going to a wedding and I'm the only person at the wedding who hasn't got 2 sleeves and tattoos everywhere. And I turn up and go, I'm so indecisive, I wouldn't know what I would do.
I do keep sorry, go on. Go on.
No, go.
I was going to say I keep changing my mind because
I was saying, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I wanted to get the Batman and all the Robins.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course you did. But that changes to one thing, then another, and then yes. But I'm going to think of a design for.
That's the most things. Yeah, that is hard, especially to be honest. My party is just that. We just finished his sleeve, and then. It took ages for him to decide what he wants. Because in the beginning, I remember he says he used to like some sort of design. And now, because he saw me doing it almost every day, he went out of it. He didn't want anymore. So I think if you keep looking at people tattoo and design, you can't make your mind up.
Yeah, you got to decide, haven't you? Would you like to tell the listeners where they can find you, social media, where they can follow you and get in touch with you for when you do get to go open again?
Okay, yeah, I'm still talking with people now. There are people. I do have an open waiting list, so. Because I have to catch up with my client first, the one that were booked in when I closed. Yeah. So I will catch up with them first. And then I do have a waiting list. The people that want a tattoo from me, they are email me, message me. I do answer everywhere. Like Instagram is Jessica Vanitas Tattoo. Facebook the same, Jessica Vanitas Tattoo. And the same email, jessicavanitas@gmail.com. The people find my number on Google and WhatsApp me also, so I answer everywhere. They ask me to pop them in a waiting list, so I have them down with the number and everything, and then I contact each one of them and say, okay, I got this spot open, rather than for them waiting ages. So so everyone wants to ask me question. I always get back to people straight away, even sometimes people just ask me, they want to have an idea how much it will cost, or if that look good. Even if they're not going to end up booking with me or they not decide yet, I still answer them. I don't really mind. It's a pleasure for me.
You're fantastic. I think you're great. And I've been dying to speak to you for such a long time, but you do run a busy studio. So I'm so glad we finally got to do this. No, thank you. Thank you.
I was nervous because, I'm always nervous to talk I'm just very self-conscious about my accent. I'm worried that people can't understand.
My wife is exactly the same. My wife is from Colombia, so she's got a strong accent. And she's like, I wish I could get rid of my accent. I was like, why? It's you. That's unique to you. I love it. I think it's beautiful.
My partner said the same. I think it's just us. We feel like different. And then sometimes, I don't know, I think it's all in our head, really.
Well, I think you're fantastic. And I wish you the best of luck when you reopen.
Thank you, guys.
And the listeners, if you're looking for a tattoo, if you want to get in touch with Jessica here, because she does run a good salon at the parade here, and she's very, very talented. So thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. That was fun. Thank you, guys. That was fantastic. I love speaking to people about different topics, different subjects that we can learn about as well. Because, like what I've just learned about, we were talking to Jessica, is about the things that people take for granted with tattoo artists. Is the bravery,
because it is something you're putting on someone for life, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I was saying. It's like all my friends are just covered in tattoos, and they love their tattoos, and it's a big part of them, big part of their personality.
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you something quite personal now. Okay, the tattoo I've got on my arm right here is a cover up. Okay, it's really bad. It's really bad. There's a smaller cross underneath a bigger cross, and underneath it is my ex's name, my ex-girlfriend. All right. Because I was very naive and stupid. And when I went to Colombia to see my wife's family, we went to this house party and everybody kept lifting up my sleeve and looking at the old tattoo underneath. So my wife was like, if we're going to get married, you need to cover that up. So I rushed to get this big cross put over it, but it still needs work doing to it. So you're probably going to get lots of work off me.
I'm going to fix him. He's a state.
Thank you very much for joining us. Guys, listeners, make sure you check out our website as well, which is www.theshrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. All of our audio is available on there. And make sure you pop into the parade as well. There's lots of changes going on here. It looks amazing here. You're going to have a shock when you come back, Jessica. It looks amazing. I
see the outside. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah. It looks really good. It looks amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys, for everything.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Yeah.